Hey guys, I'm Chance Williams and welcome to this episode of Why Is My Transmission Leaking? Now to start with, all disclaimers, I'm going to go ahead and get them out of the way. Work at your own pace, work at your own risk. Whatever information I'm giving out is free information. It has nothing to do with me telling you something and you trying to attempt it, not doing it properly, and end up getting yourself hurt. That's a boo-boo, sorry. So today I'm up under this Yukon, and it's a 2007 model. Now, I did transmissions for many years. 4L60E is pretty much one of the sweetest little transmissions there ever was. And also can be one of the most horriblest little transmissions there ever was. Now, let me explain that. Number one, I've had customers over the last 25 years that have bought vehicles brand new with these particular transmissions in them. I kept them on a regiment. If they were going to do any extreme towings, we did some modifications, some updates to their transmission so they would last them. Some that didn't come with external coolers, make sure you have external coolers, keep them cooler. Don't run them to the point of failure and then take them in and expect a little bitty tiny bill. Used to, these transmissions were around $2,200 to $2,300, I think, to install. Now they're $3,800, $3,900 installed, roughly speaking, in most professional repair facilities. Now, you can get these transmissions, I'm pretty sure, for about $2,200 to $2,500. And I'm pretty sure you can get some, extreme transmissions for a lot more. I do know a company that's very good at building some very extreme transmissions, and I've bought a few of them from them over the years since I've quit building transmissions. Now, the reason I've brought this video forth today is I would like to talk to you guys about, hey, my transmission yoke is leaking. Now, I guess I need to put this out here because this is not the first time I've seen this. This is actually a Driveshaft yoke right here, and it leaks the transmission fluid. Okay. Well, some genius decides to pull this Driveshaft out, take this universal joint off, and weld the inside of this thing, and I'll show that to y'all guys here in just a minute, to try to stop the leak. Well, unbeknownst to him, that's not how this works. Peter, go pull you some more peppers because you need to figure out if you're pulling the right ones. All right, so this thing has to be vented, this yoke does. If this yoke is not vented, you're putting a lot more pressure on your output shaft than normal. And I'm pretty sure over a period of time it'll end up wearing the bushing out in the case. So this one continued to leak. Customer tries to tell me he's had this vehicle a long time. The customers are always right, and a lot of times the customers will forget. I think he has forgot that somebody's tried to repair this transmission leak for him. Now, he's been my customer for probably about 5, 6, 7 years, and he don't drive this thing a whole lot, just mainly out of town during the holidays. And so he wants to make sure that it's roadworthy for the holidays. But anyway, I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna show you guys what to repair inside this transmission if you've never done one before. And I will show you before I take this thing apart, because I've got it just mocked up right now. It's not really completely together. So these pieces right here is just a tail shaft sleeve. It's got an O-ring up in here. Now, as you can tell, some genius is a genius. They are lazy. And the reason I say this, I bought this from General Motors. It is a General Motors part. So it comes in last Thursday. I'm just now getting a chance to take care of this problem for this customer. Now, this has an O-ring right up in here. This O-ring on the one that's inside there is actually worn out and torn. That's the reason this yoke is leaking on here. I go and buy this brand new one, and some yin yang decides, well, I'll just take the O-ring out and stick it up in there. Whatever. I don't know whether he charged the customer for this or not. It's a good possibility they did, because if the technician got it, he probably said, well, that's just the fastest way to do it. Snatch the O-ring out, stick the other one in, slam the stuff together and get it out the door. That is the wrong way to do it. If a customer purchases a part from you guys, you need to install it. And if it's wrong when you installed it, then you need to back up and regroup, maybe get with your part supplier and say, hey guys, I'm sorry about that, but I messed up. Can y'all help me out with this? If you spend a lot of money with your jobbers, I assure you they will work with you, because I am not perfect. I have made mistakes, and I have worked with my jobbers. I have bought a battery one time, and sure, the lady wanted to buy one to have it installed, and then the husband goes and raising Cain. I'll put the battery in myself. Well, I took the battery out. Of course, it's a battery. You can clean it up and send it back. My jobber was happy with that. So, but anyway, let's snatch this drive shaft out real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys the inside of this tail shaft housing right here. So give me just a minute. Try not to knock things over and destroy stuff on the process and knock my camera in the floor. And I'm gonna be very upset if I do that. All right. First, we're gonna show you this drive shaft. We're gonna try to get a good picture. I don't even know if I can get a good picture of this. I'm actually probably gonna have to take some pictures of this. I'm more than likely gonna have to take some pictures of this drive shaft because it's gonna be really difficult to see inside here. But they actually welded the back side of this yoke up in here. Not the smartest thing to do in the world. That was actually a lot of hard work. And the reason I know this is they put a new universal joint on there, and anybody that's smart enough will build the drive shaft complete, all new joints. This has got a new joint in it. That one down there doesn't. The guy was smart enough to do that. Looks like he took a little extra time and went ahead and jacked the transmission up there just a little bit, snatched the yoke off of it. I meant the drive shaft off the back of it. I meant the tail shaft housing off the back of it. But anyway, let's get back to this real quick. All right, so let's get this off of here. I think this just needs to be said. It just needs to be said. Now, y'all can see this piece up in here. It just comes right off. Now, if you've never seen one in action, I'll show that to you too. We're gonna reinstall this drive shaft right here. Just like so. And that's how it goes. It slips right over this collar. This O-ring seals it, keeps fluid from traveling inside this yoke right here, and then out the back side of this yoke. That's all it does. It does a really wonderful job of it. So why in the world would the guy just reach in there and take the O-ring out unless he took it off, stuck the O-ring in there, and then put the other one back on? Now I will give him a little bit of encouragement. Buy a tool or find something that'll fit over this, because you have to knock this back on here. This does not go on here very easily. It is actually kind of a press fit. And if you notice, this one just slides right all the way on. Just like that. Well, I already did my due diligence to get this thing off of here. Now, this one right here, it knocks on the way, all the way up on there. Maybe he was having problems getting it on there or something. I don't know. Don't go beating and banging too hard. You got bushings and bearings and everything else inside this transmission. You do have rear planetaries. You have clutches. I don't think you'll ever damage the clutches. But anyway, I think this just needs to be said. Look guys, it's really simple. It takes less than an hour from start to finish, and that includes a test drive if you want a test drive. I highly advise a test drive on anything you do, including oil changes. The reason I say that is because you're the professional. You being the professional, they're looking at you to make sure that their vehicles are where they are sound and secure. Because you can get in one and notice something right off the bat when the customer thinks it's just a normal thing. Guys, I appreciate you for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing together just as soon as I get my new sleeve, because I did order another one and I'm waiting on it to come in. I'll get this thing together, get it cleaned up, and I'll give you some pictures of this yoke. I'll try to see if I can snap some pictures and put it in there. But work smarter, guys. Use your brain a little bit. Go the full 100 or 110%, as I always say. Give it. You know what? You'll get it back. All right, take care, guys.